Hi. You might have noticed I've not been around YouTube for a while. Turns out it's been a year since my last video, and today I want to explain where I've been and why I've not shown up. And also I've got a stinking cold, so please excuse the snuffly voice and stuff. Yesterday I spent about 2 hours trying to film this video, and each time I turned the camera on, this happened. So to save us both from the awkwardness of this, and because this morning I was fully intending to procrastinate yet again and decide to clean the house instead of make this video, I made a decision. I was going to clean the house, but I was going to stick a camera in the corner of the room, and then I was going to record a voiceover to go with it. So here we go. This is why I went AWOL in 2022. So I've been in perimenopause for 8 or 9 years. It's not been horrendous. Each time I get a new symptom, I would just find a way to deal with it or live with it and move on. But last year, that all changed. In one of my last videos, I said I was going to take my video schedule from weekly out to fortnightly, just for a little while, because I needed to finish an ebook that I'd been writing for ages and I was really struggling to get it done. Well, that first week with no Friday video deadline, something really weird happened. Nothing. Absolutely nothing happened. I kind of felt like I emotionally collapsed. I slept a ton, I cried, I couldn't focus on anything, whether it was reading or finishing an ebook or writing, nothing. I felt all the bad things you can imagine. I felt lazy and useless, which made me sink a little bit more. I put on a bunch of weight over COVID, and that didn't help my mental state either. Looking back, I felt like I'd been broken down to my core. I was empty. I couldn't concentrate or focus. I didn't know who I was anymore. I felt I'd been unmade, like the confusion of going through puberty, but in reverse. And when you kind of know who you are and you've got your shit together, but then you haven't. Another part of the tangle was getting to menopause with never having had kids. I've had multiple miscarriages and I'd never given myself the time or grace to heal from any of them. And they came back to bite me on the ass big time. I ended up seeing a psychotherapist who helped me process the trauma of these losses, along with an undiagnosed PTSD from an accident I had when I was a teenager. And if this is triggering anyone watching this video, then please look into EMDR. I've had counselling before, and whilst I definitely feel it has its place, my experience with EMDR was mind-blowing in comparison, and it helped me process various traumas extremely quickly. Anyway, long story short, I went on HRT, and whilst that in itself hasn't been a smooth journey, I am now feeling like I'm in a much, much better place. Doom and gloom aside, there have been some great positives over the last year too. I have gone back to the land in more ways than one. I did a permaculture design course, which has given me a whole new lens and toolkit to see the natural world, along with our place and our responsibility in it. I'm also finally studying herbalism. I qualified as an acupuncturist in the year 2000, and I always intended to carry on and study herbalism next, but I just never got round to it. So bringing herbalism and my love of foraging together feels almost inevitable. It actually feels like going home. It's so funny. And this is my first spring with the permaculture and herbalism goggles on, and the hedges around me have never looked so lush and so promising. Before I sign off, I wanted to say thanks to everybody that has reached out to see if I was okay and if I was coming back to video over the last year. I kind of always assumed that video and YouTube was a one-way relationship, but honestly, all of your messages have proved that that's not the case. And without them, I'm not sure I ever would have found the courage to switch this camera back on. So thank you. And as for going forward, yes, I want to make video again, but I'm not entirely sure yet what that's going to look like. I just needed to get this damn video out of the way before I could start planning anything else, so bear with me. If there's something you particularly want to see on this channel, then feel free to let me know down below. So I think that's it. I am now looking forward to moving forward. Until the next one.